The beast, the bronze beast in the darkness, footsteps, it never tired, it just kept coming. We didn't stand a chance. Wherever we turned, we could not escape. Never escape. Testimony of Hedrith Blaine, sole survivor of the Jorah 17th Mylian colony when they encountered Asterion Moloc and his Minotaurs. Before descending into Asterion Moloc's lore, I'll give you just a little bit more information on the Minotaurs to help you get a better grasp for their chapter master. So the Minotaurs are among the more mysterious chapters of the Adeptus Astartes. They are well known and feared, but practically no one knows about their history. The Minotaurs are said to have been founded during the 21st founding. They don't know for sure which Primarch they descended from, but records describe their gene seed as being chimeric, probably meaning that their gene seed was spliced from two different sources. What's up guys, it's the Sound Alchemist, and before I start anything, I just want to say thank you guys for being awesome subscribers and getting us to over 40k subscribers. That is a big deal. Thank you guys so much, and expect some epic giveaways coming really soon. But for now, I'm going to give you, as you know, 40 facts on the 40k universe. This time, I am giving you the personal history and lore behind one of the most mysterious chapter masters out there, the chapter master of the Minotaurs, Asterion Moloc. So let us begin with his lore. The master of the Minotaurs, Asterion Moloc, is a bloody-handed and paranoid chapter master who revels in his dark reputation, and his name is a byword for slaughter and destruction carried out in the Emperor's name on a score of worlds. He is a veteran of hundreds of battles, and because of this, his body has been heavily rebuilt with cybernetic augmentations. His sheer malice and spite is enough to allow him to shrug off wounds that would kill a lesser space marine. He is a brutal tactician, and he takes pleasure in the utter destruction of his foes. He is most often found in the battle at the head of his chapter's Terminators, slamming deep into the enemy line. Outside of battle, he can be found on his brazen throne at the center of his maze-like chambers of the heavy assault carrier, Daedalus Krata. He surrounds himself by data feeds, tribulation servitors, and casualty reports, measuring every drop of blood spilled in the pursuit of his chapter's strategic goals. The Minotaur chapter has been used often in the past to prosecute traitors, iconoclasts, and renegades from within the ranks of the Adeptus Astartes by the High Lords of Terra, and as a result, Moloc has been an expert in the systematic destruction of other Space Marine forces that have strayed from the path of righteousness. He views such targets as both worthy of the Emperor's wrath and the ultimate test to his Minotaur skills in battle. This was the fundamental reason why the Minotaurs joined the Loyalist effort in the Badab War. Perhaps the most noticeable of their efforts during that conflict was a savage engagement in which they devastated the Lamenter's chapter in a bloody battle that lasted 17 standard hours and was fought in a most brutal ship-to-ship fighting imaginable upon the surface of Aptera 5. Although the Minotaurs suffered heavy casualties, they overpowered their enemy by virtue of their own brutality and sheer weight of numbers, forcing the Lamenters to surrender. This notable savage battle has become a legend amongst the annals of the Space Marines. Moloc has also served as the commander-in-chief of the Space Marine forces deployed against the Necrons of the Maynarch dynasty during the Battle of Amara Prime in the Orphean War. His legend has further been shadowed by rumors of paranoia and brutally seldom evidenced by those who remain in the servants of the Golden Throne. As such, by the time of the Orphean War, Moloc had, to many within the imperial hierarchy, come to symbolize and personify the Minotaurs chapter itself. Their complex reputation, both as defenders of the Imperium against the alien and the degenerate, served as a counterpoint to the darker fame as feared executioners of internal dissenters and wayward space marines. and had already assured them a place in imperial myth before the epic conflict at the world of Amara had taken place. The Terminator squad of Sergeant Ixtalion sacrificed their lives fighting their way to the main control vault of the massive Necron ship, Dead Hand. This sacrifice allowed Moloc to perform precision teleport strike with his honor guard and personally led the desperate assault on the command vault of the Necron tomb ship. Moloc confronted, struck down, and severely damaged the Necron overlord present there, believed by the savants of the Ordo Xenos to be none other than Kutlak, the war leader of the Minotaur dynasty. But Moloc himself was cast badly wounded into the void, and later recovered by the remaining void ships of his chapter fleet. In this last incident, Moloc was reported initially to have been lost and killed, and remained so for some time, which corresponds to at least 6 other incidents known to wider Imperial records over the last 5 standard centuries, where the chapter master of the Minotaurs is thought to have been killed, only to later reappear. This, coupled with the Minotaurs chapter's instability and the very high level of cybernetic rebuild their master is known to have undergone, has led to rather extreme supposition by some observers that Moloc has not been one space marine, but many down the centuries, each inheriting not only the name and a panoply, as some have suggested, but also somewhat blasphemously and enigmatically enforced personality and recorded memories taken from many different lifetimes. Others dismiss this as slanderous accusation of the use of forbidden technology, designed to smear a chapter whose actions have already garnered them many enemies both in the imperialist political and martial spheres. This chapter master is very devastating to face in close combat, for he wields the Tartarus pattern artificial Terminator armor. This pattern itself is a relic designed among its kind, developed in the latter stages of the Great Crusade in the late 30th millennium, and it is marked for being lighter and more streamlined in its construction without reduction in its phenomenal durability. Asterion also wields the Heraldic Storm Shield, which further improves his armor's already formidable defenses. What this shield does is that it generates a defensive energy shield capable of annulling tremendous kinetic impacts, as well as electromagnetic energy attacks. This shield bears the heraldry of the Minotaurs chapter upon it. His go-to weapon of choice is called the Black Spear. This relic blade comes in the form of a sharp-bladed spear that also houses a powerful single-shot laser weapon. This ancient artifact is steeped in blood and said to have once been used by the Legio Custodes. It is a truly deadly relic weapon of unknown providence. The Black Spear is similar in some regards to the sacred arms used by the Adeptus Custodes. This spear is a power weapon of remarkable potency, able in Moloc's hands to pierce even Terminator battleplate. Its incorporated single-shot laser weapon is sufficiently potent to be used as an anti-tank weapon if needed. And that's all the lore I have on the chapter master of the Minotaur Space Marine chapter. So what did you guys think about this epic badass? Was he to your liking, or perhaps you don't like this cybernetically augmented Space Marine killer? In my opinion, I love this dude's lore. I actually had a Minotaur's army. If you go back, I don't know, maybe about a year or so, one of the first bat reps that we ever did, I was fielding the Minotaurs in battle against Scourge's Orcs. So I'll probably leave a link, or yeah, I'll leave a link in there so you guys can go check that out. But yeah, these guys are badass. Combining the Greek mythos of the Minotaur and the Spartans, I just fell in love with this chapter. But anyway, I've been rambling on a bit too much. So let me know in the comments down below what other chapter master you want me to tackle, and I'll give it to you guys. Thank you guys for being awesome subscribers. Again, thank you for 40k subscribers. And as always guys, I am the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I am signing out.